Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Key Gripe, the show for short, sweet reviews of new release movies, plus the one thing that annoyed me the most. And today I'm going to be talking about the film Lion, and there will be some minor spoilers. A young boy in rural India is separated from his family when he accidentally boards a train headed to Calcutta. Many years later, as a grown man living in Australia, he uses modern technology and memory to find his way home. The film stars Dev Patel, Rooney Mara, David Wenham, Nicole Kidman, and Sonny Power, and the film is directed by Garth Davis. Right off the bat, I gotta say this. Lion is a superb film based on a true story about a child lost in the world. Going into this film, you almost have the sense you're getting another Slumdog Millionaire, and not just because it's, takes place in India, but since it's another story about family and memory, and it also has Dev Patel. But Lion is so much more contained, and the heart of the story is so much more real. Patel and Power play Saru as an adult and child respectively in what is mostly a linear story. And that seems to be the exception to the rule lately. Most stories build on fragmented picture as opposed to telling just a linear story. And while there are flashbacks, you don't see the adult Saru until halfway through the film. As such, much of the emotion from the first half of this film comes from young Sonny Power, and this kid is a wonder, taking on the role of the quiet but spirited Saru, and you get a real sense of his loss, but also his resourcefulness as he wanders the streets of Calcutta. They certainly find the right actor to play this role. Power was mesmerizing as this kid. And this is the second outstanding role for Patel this year, along with The Man Who Knew Infinity, where he played Ramanujan. His character is intense and determined, and, I must say, pretty damn handsome. Kidman is stellar as Saru's adoptive mother, and her performance is very real and very touching. Mara is excellent as always as Saru's girlfriend Lucy, though I do wish her role were a little bit more developed or that she had a little bit more of a role in the film. As a technical achievement, this film has a lot going for it as director Davis's first feature film. Davis is a patient director with a keen eye for capturing simple and profound human emotion. And then the music by Dustin O'Halloran and Hauschka is beautiful throughout. Likewise, the cinematography is just enchanting, both in the city as well as in the country. There are some gorgeous shots throughout this movie. Since this is based on a true story, you have to wonder how much of it was embellished. And I haven't read the book, so I don't know the true story. But there are certainly a few instances in the film that strain credibility. They just seem a little too easy. But in the end, the film offers a very important message about lost children in India. In a country of nearly 1 billion people, it's sad to think that 80,000 children go missing every year. And given some of the events, you wonder how few are as fortunate as Saru. I'll bet of those 80,000, very few of them are as fortunate as Saru. And then once you get to the end of the film and see the real events, you see the real Saru and his family, you also learn why it's called Lion. And yes, I was trying to figure that out the entire movie, and I was partially right, but I'll let you figure it out. It actually really makes the film even more touching. But here's my key gripe. This is a tale of two movies because once we meet the adult Saru, everything changes. That includes the style and the pacing of the film, particularly after he decides to look for his home. Saru goes into sort of mad obsession using Google Earth to try to follow the path that he took as a child. And while I don't doubt it was this intense in real life, this part of the movie feels very clunky. Contrasted with the first half of the film, which is very smooth and cohesive, this one feels kind of kludgy. And this is one of the moments where I'd like to know more about the true story because while it might have annoyed me in the movie, the true story might shine some light on it. Mainly because it feels very, very familiar. That obsession, pushing family away to feed that obsession, quitting a job, all these cliches that we know, and it makes me wonder how much of that is actually real. Of course, it works in a story like this because it's one of the more common tropes, which usually has the same result. Overall, though, while it touches on many familiar journey home stories, the visual narrative of Saru's life is both fascinating and heartbreaking. With top-notch performances from the entire cast, especially Patel and Kidman, this is a film with a lot of heart. And by the end of the film, you feel like you've been with Saru his entire life, traveling far away from home and ultimately finding his way back. I'm giving Lion a 9 out of 10 for being a very touching story with great performances and absolutely beautiful cinematography. If you've seen Lion, let me know what you think, what you enjoyed about the film, or if you didn't like it. And that does it for this episode of Key Gripe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Nice work. Good job. If you like what you saw, you can just go ahead and click that subscribe button for all videos past and future. You can also head over to my website and see all the other stuff that I do, including the books I've written. So go ahead, click stuff.